It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. Oh, but there's something holding on, the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. I know I should have done this, should have quit this long ago. Can't stand another heartbreak, but it's time to let it go. It'd be easier for me if I turn away to flee. Oh, but there's something holding on, the way of being long gone. There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake There's so many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Far too many ways to escape, but I guess it's time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up. Time to wake up, time to wake up, baby. Time to wake up, time to wake up.
I really lucked out with my travels today. I'm not quite out of Florida, and I just started driving up into the woods, into the mountains. I passed the Blackwater National Forest and then the Blackwater State Park, and then I came out to a place that it has a picture of a camping logo when you first come in, and then just kind of dispersed camping throughout here with some evidence of some old makeshift fire rings and whatnot, but camping about 100 yards from the water here. What I know for absolutely certain is there's not any signs here that say you can't camp. Although it doesn't have a limit either. It doesn't say like limit your stay to 1 night or 7 nights or whatever like some other places. But we got the Blackwater River, or is it just called the Black River? I'm not actually sure. Like I said, no service at all. And I have decided to stay a couple nights out here. 3 days and 2 nights I have decided. Unless something changes, the weather's going to be really nice. It's down into the 30s at night here in northern Florida, and daytime highs in the high 50s. Still shorts and a t-shirt weather for me though. And you know, I don't know for sure, but the water looks really brown, almost irony tint to it out there. So I don't think it's safe for swimming just by the look of it out there. I'm not going to go in the water. It's too cold anyway. This really is RV camping, boondocking, you know, forest boondocking. And the pine trees, luckily, there's lots of room up there, although it's just an overcast day. I am getting at least 500 watts and maintaining my batteries at 100%. So it's trickling through, it's filtering through the clouds and the trees, and it's actually working really well. And I'm also going to say that it's probably because of the time of year right now why I have not seen a single living form of any kind. I mean, humans, bugs, gators, nothing. And that's kind of awesome. It's kind of why I wanted to get out a little farther than where everybody else was going. So if things change and I get company or some fishermen or something to come use that ramp down there, it's no biggie. I'm sure it won't be noisy and like partying out here. I just want to hang out with nature for a little bit. So that's why I'm here. You know, when I'm out in areas like this, I'm much more creative with camera angles. I mean, geez, I have shot on about 8 different lenses today, 2 different cameras, my phone, my drone, both of my dash cameras hooked to different parts. I got that creative spark going on when I get out in nature, so that's a good thing. But either way, things are going to change. I mean, one day it's here, one day it's in an urban area, one day I go to Disney, one day I go to a NASCAR race. You know, you never know. This is, it's just my life and my travels and wherever it happens. And I appreciate you joining me on this crazy ride no matter what, all right? So thanks, guys, for sticking around. Let me take care of Mr. Kitty Cat in there. I promised him some treats for walking so good outside. And then we'll get on the bike. We'll go explore a little more of this area, see if we can find anything fun. I made it about a mile away from base camp there, and then I remembered that once you get on the motorcycle, it's 20 degrees colder feel, so it felt like 35. I went back. I was wearing a jacket, but I put long pants on because it feels a little colder out here. Well, let's go on one of these little walking trails over here. We're just outside the Blackwater River State Park, and yes, it is called the Blackwater River. Okay. So we got a nice little raised boardwalk to keep us away from the gators. Chain of Lakes Nature Trail, 1.5 hour walk. Yeah, I think James would like this walk. I don't want to leave Jax in a strange area for an hour and a half, or 3 hours total. But let's keep an eye out for some girders. Girders. Those things are so funky looking. I don't know. I doubt there's actually any gators around here. Oh. Okay. Now it looks like you kind of come to a type of fork in the road. Maybe that's the 1.5 hour trail, like through there? Because this just leads to a little island beach out here. Which, don't get me wrong, that sounds cool too. Okay, that's weird. It's like we're back at the Gulf. The same exact sand that was at the ocean. Again, the watercolor. I don't know, I'm sure people go in this water in the summertime. I just fear that it's so dark you wouldn't see one of them gators creeping up on you. You know what I mean? Maybe they just canoe in it. Yeah, I'll bet it's just for putting your kayak in the water. Kayak. Enunciate that word, Eric. Putting your kayak in the water or your canoe. You're hard-sided. Kayak. Are we surprised that even the state park area is deserted? No, we're not. You're not? No. Because this is the Nomadic Fanatic channel. Everything's deserted. Except when I go to theme parks. Even then sometimes. I'm cold. I've got the sniffles now to go with my bronchitis. Yes, still have that cough going, guys. And yes, still expediting my trip back to Texas. I appreciate everyone's suggestions and everything. I will be switching banks, but I don't have a choice right now. And like I said, I already had to go back to Texas for a few other things. So with the delay of the videos, don't worry, because once I get to Texas, I don't know what I'm going to do exactly or where I'm going to go. So I'll keep you guys updated, but go back. We got about 1.5 hours left of daylight before the sun sets, and this park closes at sunset anyway. So I'll head back and go see Jax. I'm going to eat some chicken and broccoli, and then I'll cut back in and have a little fire outside, a little propane fire here. Yeah. Actually, I went with one of the Atkins TV dinners. This is chicken margarita with spinach, some peppers, and some carrots, and it's really good. And people will ask me, why do I keep Dish Network still when I barely even use it on the road that much at all? But in a place like this, where I don't get anything else, I can still get a shot of the southern sky with my satellite dish and pull in all my channels. So I'm watching some Building Alaska here. I got all my channels here. All the satellites came in here in Florida. So I do have some entertainment, and I've always got my PS4 too. So got that. Waiting for it to get dark so I can go make this fire. And I know propane fires are not the same as a real fire, Eric. But yeah, that's the whole point. I mean, to each their own. But I mean, when I want to make a fire, I just light the fire. It's ready to go instantly. No maintenance, no work or anything. And whenever I'm done, whether that's 10 minutes later or a couple hours later, I just turn the fire off, go back inside. It's super easy for me, you know. There's no real wood and there's no crackling sound, but you know what? It works. It works sometimes. It's still peaceful and it's quiet and I can hear things around me. So I'll be heading on inside before it gets dark though. It's a really quiet night out here. Inside I've got my Olympian Wave 8 catalytic heater on. It actually doesn't even look like it's on. It's on low. Yeah, it's really, really putting out some heat on low. I just wanted to point out, that's not snow that you're seeing on my screen. Those are the massive amount of gnats and water bugs outside. Crazy. There's a lot of bugs by the water at night, actually, so glad I'm not out there. It is time to close all the blinds, lock up, turn the alarm on, and do some indoor activities. I'll cut back in with you tomorrow and have a word with you. Tomorrow's kind of my real relaxed day. I don't want to film, but I'll talk to you in the morning and let you know how the night went. Good night. Well, good morning, everyone. I slept really well here last night. No problems. It was quiet, except at some point in the middle of the night, I did have to wake up and come push the button to close the awning back up. Usually it's less windy at night, so that's not a problem, but last night it was making a bunch of noise because of the wind, and I couldn't sleep through it, so I had to close it up. Go figure, you know. And I said today was kind of my day off, relax day, but essentially I have to put this video together that you're watching right now. A lot of clips. Several hours of editing still to come, but that's okay. I'm excited to put it together. I put a lot of creativity into it. Hope you enjoyed it. So, last day in Florida. From Jackson and I, we shall see you on down the road west in the next video. Bye, guys.